a program for you. Tag the classroom in your home. Educative program. So we believe you will learn English, mathematics, general studies, full of knowledge. Come, let's have some fun. For the best reasons, we know and we believe in awesome pupils like you. And we appreciate and commend your hard work and putting all your effort as far as your education is concerned. And so this program, Tag the Classroom in Your Home, has been specially designed for you. A program that has been initiated by Lagos State Universal Basic Education Board, LASUBEB. It is to ensure that no child is left behind. And this edition is for lower primary classes. Let's introduce ourselves to you.
Hello, amazing pupils. I am Auntie Tino, your mathematics teacher. And today's mathematics class promises to be fun as usual.
All right, my friend, high five. How are you? Yeah, I'm glad to be here with you. And I'm your general studies teacher, Uncle Shehi. We'll have fun.
Right, I am Auntie Lola, and I'll be taking you through English studies, which are called communication class. And in trial, we'll bring you
The classroom in your home.
Please relax and let's learn. What a beautiful day today, children. You're welcome to our English studies class, which we call communication class. And as our usual practice, we look at something new and different. And today we'll be looking at intonation. What did I say, children? Intonation. And we'll be looking at intonations in commands and responses. But first, I'm sure you all submitted your homework because we got feedbacks. But then let us look at the correction to that homework. You would mark in your books while I give you the answer here. Is that okay? All right. You recall we talked about consonant clusters in our previous lesson. And I gave you some consonant clusters words in the box. And I gave you some words where you need to insert those clusters. So for the first one, I have spray. Okay, so the consonant cluster there is what? SPR. And number 2, blind. BL, the consonant cluster. TRAIN. TR is the what? Is the consonant cluster. Number 4, BROOM. Okay, number 5, SMILE. And the last word, SCREAM, which is scream. What did you get? 6 out of 6, 5 out of 6. Oh, that is beautiful and commendable, and you deserve to be celebrated. Awesome, awesome. And okay, we'll move now to today's business. But first, let us look at our learning objective. Now, by the end of the lesson, children, you should be able to give the proper intonation where appropriate. You give the proper intonation. Don't worry. We will be looking at command and responses and also intonation in today's lesson. But first, let us look at this note. When you make statements, give commands, or respond to commands, your voice goes down at the end. But when you ask questions, your voice goes up at the end. Did you pick anything from that, children? When you what? When you're giving a command or you're responding to command, your voice goes where? Goes down. But when you're asking questions, children, your voice should do what? Your voice should go up. Don't worry, it will make sense by the time we start looking at examples. But again, what is intonation? Don't forget that is the topic for today. Intonation is the way your voice goes up and down when you speak. Intonation is what? Is the way your voice goes up and what? And goes down. When you do what? When you speak. Do you know your voice goes up and down when you speak? Yes, it gives a reason. it gives the person you're talking to that reasoning of, okay, this person is asking a question, this person is giving me a command. You can't say, what is that? And you say, what is that? Will you be able to understand what the person is saying? No, you will not. And so the way we give a proper intonation to what we say gives the real meaning to any sentence we are making. Now, in this lesson, the sign arrow down is used to show that your voice goes down at the end of a statement, command, and responses to commands. Okay? While the sign, the arrow up, shows that your voice goes up at the end of questions. So we'll be using the arrow down and the arrow up in our examples. Is that okay, children? Arrow down and arrow up. So let's look at the examples, children. For the first one, we have a sentence, of course, ending in full stop, not in form of question. So listen to how I'm going to read it. The man is kind. Okay, that is a statement, right? Now, if I had said the man is kind, it would be, while you listen to that, it looks as if, is this person asking me a question? Are you asking me if this man is kind or not, right? But now I'm saying the man is kind. It means it is not in form of question. Now look at the second one. It's ending with a what? With a question mark. And so with the arrow I put here, it means I am what? Am I raising my voice up? I'm raising it down. Or I'm putting it down. I'm raising it up. Is the woman kind? That is in form of what? In form of question. And so intonation really goes a long way when talking and when asking questions. Okay, we look at another example. Now, the first one here is in form of a sentence, right? And so I've given a little trick to it. The arrow is there, which means my voice is going down, is going down. Okay, so let me read that out. Listen to how I'm going to read it. And we can also read it together to make it easier, right? Okay. They should leave now. They should leave now. Did my voice go up? No, it did not, right? It went down. They should leave now. But now the second one, it's going up because it's in form of question. Let's read it together, children. Should they leave now? Should they leave now? It's in form of what? It's in form of question. Already the person you're talking to at that point in time already know that you're what? You're asking a question. The intonation gives the person an idea that what? You're asking a what? A question. A question. Okay, the next one, children. Can you read this out to me, children? Oh, you're so correct. We can go. We can go. You're telling someone we can what? We can go. But for the next one, can we go? Your voice is raising what? Is raising up. Can we go? Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, now we want to look at it in form of conversation in a dialogue. Let's read this, children. We have Shay and we have Tara talking. So let's see how they are going to communicate. Now, children, look out, watch out for the arrow and see how you're going to read that sentence. Is that okay? Let's go. Are you all right? No, I'm not. Why aren't you all right? I'm hungry. You are hungry? Yes, I am. Why are you hungry? I have no money. What an interesting conversation, right? Now, from the way we gave the proper intonation to it, we already know the person asking question and the person answering. Sheyi is the one answering question. Oh, you recall Uncle Sheyi? Yes, he was the one asking question, asking Tara question, and Tara was answering with the voice down, with the voice down. Okay, as a proof you've been following and you've been participating in the program or in the lesson, I want you to try this evaluation question. Now, I want you to read the following and identify if your voice will go up or down using the arrow. So you put the arrow in front of the first sentence and you put the arrow in the second sentence. I will be back, children. S-T-O-P, stop. Okay, all right. How did it go, children? It went well? Okay, so let's read this together. Of course, the arrow is going to go down because it's in form of a sentence, a conversation. We don't have a question mark in front. So readily, that should give an idea that your voice is going down or your intonation will be going down. He was waiting for you. You're telling someone he was waiting for you. Not he was waiting for you. If you were to place it in that manner, your arrow will be going up and it will be in form of question. But now there is no question mark there. Your voice will be going what? Your voice will be going down. The second one, are you reading for a test? Are you reading for a test, my dear friend? Of course, that is in form of question and your voice is going up. Your voice is what? Going up. Your voice is going up. And that is very interesting. You got 2 out of 2. You were able to read out and give the proper arrow to it, the proper intonation to it. You deserve to be celebrated. Awesome, awesome. And now to your assignment, I want you to read the following dialogue and identify the correct intonation. Biola, good. Am I just reading that? I'm so sorry. I'm giving you an expert to that. So children, you read it out and you give the proper arrow to it. I will be back. Okay, welcome back, children. Believing you put down your assignment, we can move now to our next segment, which is Let's Formulate It. What are we formulating today, Auntie Lola? Now to this part of the program, I'm scattered. Please arrange me. So, rearrange the words to form questions. Interesting, right? Yes, you will find it interesting. Arrange the following words to form questions. So I will be waiting. I'll give you a few seconds to form yours while I give you the answer. Is that okay? All right, let's go. You did to talk. How will you rearrange that to a proper way when talking? Okay. 3, 2, 1, and stop. Okay, let me see if you're correct or check if you're correct. Who did you talk to? Who? Who is actually a word you can use to start a statement. Is that okay? So who did you talk to in form of question, right? Okay. Don't forget I said it's in form of questions. So be mindful when you're arranging so you won't make an error. What did eat lunch for you? Okay, I'm waiting. Oh, you're done. Okay, let's check. Are you correct? What did you eat for lunch? What did you eat for lunch? Okay, that is in form of question. Yippee, you got it again? Okay. Another one. Work with the you who question mark. I'm waiting. Are you arranging? Don't break your TV. Be sure you're safe. Oh, okay. So let's see. Who did you work with? Who did you work with? And the question mark. Okay. And to this, why beating Shina was game in the question mark. Okay. Are you arranging? Beautiful. Okay. Is this what you wrote? Why was she not beaten in the game? Why was she not beaten in the game? Did you got that too? Oh, I missed it a little bit. Don't worry. Don't worry. Okay, you can still try more next time. And that is how far we can go. I'm sure you enjoyed that segment, right? Quite interesting, and it was fun while exercising your brain. Well, do not forget that today is a new day. You learned something new. And what is that new thing we discussed about today? Intonation, right? And do not forget also that where there is a will, there is a way. Please be good. Please be good and face your studies. It is time for mathematics class, and it is with Auntie Tino. I love you.
Welcome to today's mathematics class. When I say mathematics time, you say fun time. Mathematics time, fun time. And like always, today's mathematics class promises to be fun. Yes, I am Auntie Tinu, and today I will be teaching factors. Yes. Yes, but before we go into factors today, let's get correction to our previous homework. 34 divided by 17, 31 divided by 10, repeated subtraction. Let's see. 34 divided by 17, how do we do that? The first step is to say 34 minus 17. And when we minus 17 from 34, we have 17. We can still subtract. 17 minus 17 is equal to 0. How many times were we able to subtract 17? 2 times. Let's count. 1, 2. So 34 divided by 17 is equal to 2. Yes, I'm sure you got that sum correctly. Give yourself a tick. Well done. 31 divided by 10. What do? We say 31 minus 10 is equal to 21. Yes, we can still subtract. Repeated subtraction. 21 minus 10 is equal to 11. Yes, we can still subtract. 11 minus 10 gives us 1, and 1 is smaller than 10. Remember, we repeatedly subtract until we get a number smaller or until we get 0. 1 is a smaller number, so we cannot subtract again. How many times did we subtract 10? Let's count. 1, 2, 3. Remainder 1. So 31 divided by 10 is 3. Remainder 1. Did you get that sum correctly, or did you get the 2 sums correctly? Yes, well done. I'm sure you did. Good job, you. Well done. Now it's Brain Busters time. It's Brain Busters time. And I'm excited about today's Brain Busters questions. Let's see. Find the missing number. The number is hiding somewhere. Yes. Find the missing number. We have 45, 1125. Something connects everything together, and that thing that connects them together is the missing number. I won't tell you until I come back in 20 seconds. Your time starts now. I'm back, and that means it's time up. I'm sure you love today's Brain Busters question. Yes, let's look at it. How do we get the missing number? Let's begin. 4 plus 5 gives us 9. 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 plus 5 is 9. Yes, 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 plus 5 is 9. So the answer is 9. Very simple. Yes, yes. I told you will love it. Let's roll it up for ourselves for being so awesome in today's Brain Busters questions. Let's roll it up. Roll it up, roll it up, roll it up, and let it go. You are awesome and I love you. Well done. Learning objectives. What do I expect you to be able to do by the end of the lesson today? By the end of the lesson, you should be able to find factors of numbers. What do you need to find factors of numbers at the end of the lesson today? Yes, 100% attention and focus. Let's go in. What is a factor? What do we mean by factor? A factor is a number that you multiply with another number to get a product. The solution to a multiplication problem. Auntie Tinu, I don't understand. Don't worry. You will get what I'm trying to say. Think of a multiplication problem as factors being multiplied to find the products. I still don't understand. Look at this. For instance, 2 and 4 are factors of 8. 2 and 4 are numbers you multiply together to get 8. So simple. But don't forget, it is not only 2 and 4 that you can multiply together to get 8. Yes, we have other numbers that can be multiplied together to get 8. Example, we have 1 and 8. Yes. A number can have just 2 factors or more, just like 8. 8 has 4 factors. It has 1, it has 2, it has 4 and 8. And a number can have only 2 factors, like 2. 2 has only 1 and 2. The only numbers that can be multiplied together to get 2 is or are 1 and 2. We don't have any other numbers we can multiply together to get 2. Let's go on. You will understand what I'm trying to say. Factors of a numbers are multiplied. Factors of a numbers are numbers that divide the numbers without remainder. Factors of a number are numbers that divide the number without remainder. What am I trying to say? You can also get factors through division. The first explanation I gave you means that you can get factors by multiplying 2 numbers together. Now I'm telling you that you can also get factors by dividing numbers. But don't forget, it is only numbers that divide without a remainder that are called factors of that number. Are we together? Say, together we are. Let's go on. Example, factors of 2. I just explained that now. We ask ourselves, what numbers can divide 2 without remainder? What numbers can divide 2 without remainder? Let's see. 2 divided by 1. Remember, 2 is the next smaller number to 1. And that's the only number we can use to divide 2. Yes. So 2 divided by 1 gives us 2. And we can also say 2 divided by 2. Every number can divide itself. Yes. So what are the factors of 2? The factors of 2 are 1 and 2. I told you some numbers have only 2 factors. Example of such number is 2. Let's solve more examples. Find the factors of the following numbers. Factors of 4, let's see. We ask ourselves, when I ask you to find factors, you ask, what numbers can divide 4 without remainder? What numbers can divide 4 without remainder? We start with 1. Yes, 4 divided by 1 gives us 4. That means 1 is a factor. Remember, factors must divide without remainder. When you divide 4 by 1, you get 4, no remainder, yes. We go to the next number. 4 divided by 2 gives us 2, no remainder. That makes 2 a factor of 4. Let's go to the next number, 3. 4 divided by 3, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Divided by 1, 2, 3, 1, we have 1. So since we have a remainder, 3 is not a factor, and that's why I've put an X there. 3 is not a factor. We go to the next number, 4 divided by 4, which is equals to 1. I told you all numbers are factors of itself. 4 is factor of itself. So 4 divided by 4 is equal to 1. What are the factors of 4 from the board? We have 1, 2, 4. So the factors of 4 are 1, 2, and 4. All the numbers that divided 4 without remainder. You can also get factors of a number through multiplication table. I told you that factors can be gotten through division. It must not have a remainder, a number that can divide without remainder. We can also get factors from our multiplication table, yes. All numbers that can be multiplied to get 4 are factors of 4. Think of those two numbers you can multiply together that will give you 4. When you think of those numbers, those are the factors of 4. Yes, let's see. 1 times 4. Yes, so that makes 1 and 4, the first factors of 4, yes. We also have 2 times 2. That makes 2. Factor of 4. Yes, we have 2 and 2. So you pick 1. You don't need to repeat 2 again. So what are the factors of 4 from our multiplication table? We have 1, 2, and 4. 1, 2, and 4. Yes, you arrange them in order of how big they are. Yes, 1, 2, and 4. You arrange them in ascending order. I cannot write 1, 4, and 2. You arrange them in ascending order, yes. Let's move on. Factors of 8. What are the factors of 8? We can begin by asking ourselves, what numbers can divide 8 without remainder? All numbers that can divide 8 without remainder. Let's start with 1. 8 divided by 1 gives us 8. Let me just tell you now, 1 is a factor of all numbers. When you are asked to write factors of any number, know that 1 is automatically a factor. And that number, it is a factor of itself. So just know that for every number, you already have 2 factors, 1 and that number. So don't forget, 8 divided by 1 is equals to 8. 8 divided by 2 is equal to 4. 8 divided by 3 is equal to 2 remainder 2. 8 divided by 4 is equal to 2. 8 divided by 5 is equal to 1 remainder 3. 8 divided by 6 is equal to 1 remainder 2. 8 divided by 7 is equal to 1 remainder 1. And 8 divided by 8 is equal to 1. So what are the factors of 8? Remember, all numbers that divided 8 without remainder. All the numbers that divided 8 without remainders are factors of 8. And I've marked the ones that divided without remainder with green. So we have 1, 2, 4, and 8. What are the factors of 8? 1, 2, 4, and 8. Yes. You can also get factors of 8 through the multiplication table. Just ask yourself, what are those numbers, or what are those 2 numbers I can multiply together to get 8? Think of those 2 numbers that can be multiplied together to get 8. We have 1 times 8, yes. We also have 2 times 4. So that makes 1, 2, 4, and 8. Remember, you arrange them in ascending order from the smallest to the biggest. 1, 2, 4, and 8. Yes. Factors of 6. Let's get factors of 6. The same way we've been doing it, you ask yourself, what are the numbers that can divide 6 without remainder? Yes, let's start from 1. Remember, 1 is a factor of all numbers. So 6 divided by 1 is 1. 6 divided by 2 is 3. 6 divided by 3 is 2. 6 divided by 4 gives us 1 remainder 2. Immediately you hear remainder, you know it is not a factor. 6 divided by 5 is equal to 1 remainder 1. 6 divided by 6 gives us 1. So what are the factors of 6? We have 1, 2, 3, and 6, ascending order. 1, 2, 3, and 6. We can also get the factors of 6 through our multiplication table. We just ask ourselves what are the numbers that when they are multiplied together, we get 6. Those numbers that when we multiply them together, we get 6. 1 times 6 gives us 6, and 2 times 3 gives us 6. So you start writing 1, 2, 3, 6, ascending order. 1, 2, 3, 6. Yes. Now do this. How well have you been following today's factor solving problem? Yes, how well have you been following today's factor lesson? Did you understand the lesson from the beginning of the lesson today? Prove yourself by scoring everything in today's evaluation question. Find the factors of these numbers, 9 and 7, in 1 minute, and your time starts now. Okay, I'm back. That means it's time up. Yes, let's get the correction to the evaluation question. Factors of 9. Let's ask ourselves what are the numbers that can divide 9 without remainder. Yes, if we start with 1. 1 is a factor of all numbers. So 1 is a factor. 9 divided by 2, we have 4 remainder 1. 2 is not a factor. 9 divided by 3 gives us 3. 3 is a factor. 9 divided by 4, we have 2 remainder 1. 4 is not a factor. 9 divided by 5 is equal to 1 remainder 4. 5 is not a factor. 9 divided by 6 gives us 1 remainder 3. 6 is not a factor. 9 divided by 7, we have 1 remainder 2. 7 is not a factor. 9 divided by 8, we have 1 remainder 1. 8 is not a factor. 9 divided by 9 is 1. Remember, all numbers are factors of themselves. So 9 is a factor of itself. So 9 is a factor. Let's count how many numbers we are able to divide 9 without remainder. We have 1, 3, and 9. Arranged in ascending order, 1, 3, and 9. I'm sure you got that sum correctly. Good job, you. Well done. You can also get factors of 9 through your multiplication table. Just ask yourself those two numbers that can be multiplied together to get 9. The first one is 1 times 9, and the second one is 3 times 3. We have 2, 3. Just pick one. 1, 3, 9. Factors of 9. 1, 3, 9. Yes, well done. Factors of 7. Those two what are the numbers that can divide 7 without remainder? Let's see. 1 is a factor of all numbers. So the first factor of 7 is 1. Let's go to 2. 7 divided by 2, we have 3 remainder 1. 2 is not a factor. 7 divided by 3, we have 2 remainder 1. 3 is not a factor. 7 divided by 4, we have 1 remainder 3. 4 is not a factor. 7 divided by 5, we have 1 remainder 2. 5 is not a factor. 7 divided by 6, we have 1 remainder 1. 6 is not a factor. And 7 is a factor of itself because 7 divided by 7 is 1. Remember at the beginning of the lesson, I told you some numbers have only 2 factors. Example of such number is 7 because it has only 1 and 7 as its factor. The factor of 7 are 1 and 7, only 2 numbers. Did you get the 2 sums correctly? Well done. Now let me give you a love cheer to celebrate your active performance in today's evaluation question. Let's go. To you. Bravo. Well done. Yes. Now it's assignment time. Don't forget to do Auntie Tinu's homework. And don't just do it and keep it at home. Do it and submit to the WhatsApp number which we call every time at the end of the lesson. Yes. Find the factors of the following numbers. 5, 11. Capture these in 10 seconds and your time starts now. Yes, I'm back. That means it's time up. And that's it for today. We have come to the end of another amazing yet educative mathematics class. I'm sure you had fun. But don't go away because it's not over yet. Uncle Sheyi is here for an amazing time with you in General Studies class. Till I come your way next lesson, remember Auntie Tinu loves you. And from me, it's bye-bye.
Hello, wonderful pupils. High five. How are you today? Yeah, I'm good. And I'm glad to be here with you on your favorite program, the classroom in your home. I am your teacher, Uncle Sheyi. And today we will be looking at gender and offsprings of domestic and wild animals. Gender and offsprings of domestic and wild animals. But before we go into today's class, let's quickly have the correction to the previous homework that you were given. In our last class, we were asked to mention 2 examples of each of omnivores, herbivores, detrivores, and carnivores. Okay? All right, for herbivores, we have cow. Of course, herbivores are animals that eat flesh, herbs or shrubs, okay, plants. So examples are cow, goat, sheep, elephant, and so on. Okay, then for detrivores, remember we said detrivores are those animals that feed on dead or decaying animals, and examples are vultures, raccoon, hyenas. All right, omnivores, of course, omnivores are animals that eat flesh and also eat plants. Okay, and good examples are chicken. Of course, you remember chicken, they feed on ants and they also eat some grains. Okay, cats, pigs, and humans. Okay, and the last one, carnivores. Carnivores are animals that feed on flesh. All right, examples: lions, tigers, dogs, and so on. And I know you are correct, so you deserve a chair. You are brave, bravo. Well done. So let's go into today's class, and by the end of the lesson, you should be able to give the gender names of animals and their offspring. Of course, I believe you know what is gender. Gender has to do with male or female, okay? So by the end of this lesson, you should be able to give the names of male, female, and the offsprings of animals, both domestic animals and wild animals. Okay, all right, let's start. I want your rapt attention. Okay, let's start with domestic animals. Goats. A male goat is referred to as billy, or you call them billy goats. And one characteristic of a billy goat is that they have beards, okay? Yeah. And of course, the female goats are called nanny goats. Nanny goats, possibly because of their reproduction, nanny goats. And their kids or their offspring are referred to as kid. All right? Probably that is the reason why most time people are being refrained from calling their children kid, because the offspring of a goat is referred to as what? As kid, okay? So possibly I will not call you a kid, all right? On to the next one, dog. A male dog is called dog, okay? A male dog is called dog, and a female dog is not called dog. It is called bitch. Say bitch, bitch. And their offspring is called puppy, okay? All right, offspring are called puppy, all right? Let's continue to the next one, cat. Cat. A male cat is called Tom. Say Tom. Tom. Yes, a male cat is called Tom, while a female cat is called Queen. Of course, I'm sure you must have watched that cartoon, Tom and Jerry. Yes, that cat. Yes, so a male cat is called Tom, while a female cat is called Queen. And their offspring are referred to as kitten. Say kitten. Kitten. All right, let's move on to the next one. Sheep. Okay, the gentle animal, sheep. A male sheep is referred to as ram. And one characteristic of a ram is that they have horns. Yes, they have horns. Yes. While a female sheep is referred to as ewe. Say ewe. Yeah, and their offspring is called lamb. Lamb. All right, lamb. Okay, let's move on to the next one, chicken. Chicken, a male chicken is called rooster. Say rooster, rooster. Say after me, rooster, rooster. While a female chicken is called hen. And as you can see on the screen, you can see the hen with the chicks. All right, their offspring are referred to as chick. Okay, and plural, chicks. Okay, I hope you are following me, children. Well done. Good job tracking the screen. All right, on to the next one. Goose. Repeat after me. Goose. Goose. Okay. A male goose is called gander. Pupils, repeat after me. Gander. Gander. While the female goose is called goose. And their offspring is referred to as gosling. Say gosling. All right, and as you can track the screen, you can see the goose with the goslings, okay? You must have heard this proverb. What is good for the goose is good for the gander. Yeah, right? So it means what is good for the female goose is good for the male gander. Yeah. All right, let's move on to the next one. Horse. The male horse is called the stallion. 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 Yes, most of the time they use the stallion in horse races. Yes. While the female horse is referred to as mare. Say mare. All right, and their offspring is referred to as foal. Foal. All right, let's move on to the next one. Duck. Say duck. Duck. Yes, a male duck is called drake. A male duck is called what? Drake. While the female duck is referred to as duck. And their offspring, as you can see on the screen, are referred to as ducklings. Okay? All right. Okay. Now we have successfully looked at some of the gender, the male and female of domestic animals and their offsprings. Okay? Now let's quickly look at the male, female, and the young ones of some wild animals. I'm sure you are familiar with some of them. We are starting with the king of the jungle, the lion. Yes, lion. A male lion is called lion, and a female lion is called lioness. Okay? A male lion is called lion, a female lion is called lioness, and their offspring are called cub. Okay? Cub. All right, and as you can see on the screen, you can see the lioness and the cub. Okay? Let's move on to the next one. We are looking at tiger. Tiger. Okay, tiger is also a wild animal, and a male tiger is called tiger, and the female tiger is called tigress. Okay, and their offspring is also referred to as cub. Okay, as you can see on the screen. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Wolf. Wolf. Wolf is also a wild animal that belongs to the dog family. Of course, let me also tell you that the lion belongs to the cat family. All right, wolf. A male wolf is referred to as dog. Are you surprised? Yes, you can call a male wolf dog, and you can call a female wolf bitch. And as a matter of fact, you can call their children puppy or puppies. Okay? Yes. So if you don't know that, now you know. You can call a male wolf dog, you can call the female wolf a bitch, and you can call their offsprings puppies. Okay? Yes, we should look at some animals that live in water. So we are looking at the whale. Of course, you know the whale is a cold-blooded animal. And I'm surprised. Are you surprised too? That a male whale is called bull. Yes, yes. So you can call a male whale bull, while you can call the female whale cow, and their offspring calf. Yes. So a male whale can be called bull, female cow, and their offspring calf. Okay. Okay, let's look at another animal that is huge, a very big animal on land. Elephant. Elephant. Yes, a male elephant is also called bull. Yes, say bull. Bull. While a female elephant is called cow, and their offspring can be referred to as calf. Okay? All right, pupils. I believe you have given me your rapt attention, and I'm sure you were taking notes as I was explaining. Now it is time for me to ask you questions on the things that we have done so far. So pupils, you can bring out your notes, bring out your pen, you can number your work from 1 to 5, okay? I will be reading the questions out for you. You don't need to write the questions. I will give you the questions. I just want you to write the correct answer, okay? All right. Now you are going to fill in the blanks. Please number your work from number 1 to 7, okay? Okay, now your time is up. Let me give you the correction to these questions. Whale, bull, cow, and calf. So a female whale is called cow. A male dog is called the dog, bitch, puppy. All right? Okay, number 3, we have lion, lioness, cub. Okay, horse, stallion, mare, and foal. Okay, number 5, gander, goose, and gosling. Number 6, we have the billy goats, nanny goats, and kid. And for number 7, we have tom, queen, kitten. Okay, all right, I'm sure you got 7 out of 7. For some that got 6 out of 6, 5 out of 7, 6 out of 7, or 4 out of 7. You deserve, what chair should I give you? Okay. You deserve the awesome chair. A, W, E, S, O, M, E. You are awesome, awesome, totally. Well done, my friends. You have done well. I'm proud of you. But peradventure, you didn't really do well in the evaluation. You don't have to be depressed, okay? Don't worry. In our next class, I'm sure you will do better. And for you to do better, please, you need to tune into the program in time and you must listen attentively to the teacher, okay? All right. So I'm trusting that by next week, you will do better. Okay, let's take down this assignment. You can write it down, fill in the blanks, male, female, and children. Deer, buck. What is the female of a deer called? What do we call a female deer? Okay. For number 2, what do we call the offspring of chicken? And on number 3, what do we call a male duck? Okay. So you just need to put down the answers. Okay. You might not write the questions. Just note them and put down the answers. All right. Okay. Now let's come to our favorite segment of the program. Did you know? 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 All right, are you ready for our question today? Yes, I can't wait for our question. Oh, it's here already. Okay. Which parts of your body continue to grow for your entire life? Really? Is there any part of our body that continues to grow, Oh, you know it. Please put it down. Quickly, put it down. I'll be glad if you are correct. Okay? Have you put it down? Okay, write fast. Be fast about it. Okay, you've done that. All right, let's see if you are correct. Oh, the nose and the ears. Okay, the nose and the ears continue to grow for one's entire life. Really? Okay, so it means by when I'm 70 years old, my ears and my nose will still continue to grow. Wow. Okay, I've learned something new today. And it's on this note that we will be calling this a day on this segment. I hope you had a great time, and I hope you learned something new. I learned about one part of our body that continues to grow. All right, and until next time that I will be seeing you again, Uncle Sheyi says, be good. Bye.
Amazing.
Yeah.
You will agree with me that today's lesson was interesting, fun-filled, and yet educative. Uncle Sheyi, what's your take on this?
Yeah, Auntie Tinu, I totally agree with you. Today's class has been awesome. Particularly, we should give kudos to our pupils for giving us their rapt attention and also for submitting their comments and their assignment in good time. We say, good job you. Auntie Lola.
Yes, and peradventure you missed any of the episode, please visit our YouTube channel, Lagos Suburb YouTube channel. I repeat, Lagos Suburb YouTube channel. You have a phone, you have access to your parent phone, please visit that channel.
Don't forget to send in your comments, question, and homework to the number showing on the screen. The number is 08150865663. SMS and WhatsApp messages only. Till we come your way next lesson, remember, at last Suburb,
We leave no child behind.